nice alignment, flow state, and along with this like beautiful feeling, but then also the dread that I could just kind of feel it fading a little bit. And like I could feel its impermanence as well. And then now I'm like, I would say like it's mostly gone. So I'm just curious as to what that is, why it's fleeting, and like how to get back to it.
Yes, excellent question. So it sounds like you were feeling some real bliss and lightness of heart and aligned with your soul today, and then it began to fade. And so there is a sadness that comes when we've experienced these higher states and then they seem to have left. And so the sadness, well, let us say this: sadness is happiness running backwards. In other words, sadness is based on a lie that says that, oh, I had that and I don't have it anymore. It's in my past. So sadness is when you look over your shoulder to a happiness that you once had and you miss it. You reminisce about it, you see. So sadness is happiness running backwards or looking back over your shoulder to a former happiness, which moments ago. And it's a little difficult, but try to remember that when these states fade somewhat or whatever, that really is not a truth. It's not completely true. You see, your ego, our egos, will always try to stir up some drama or difficulty or misery. When we say ego, we're talking about the parts of our personality that can act as a buffer or a shield or protector for the transformation going on in our soul. It's not a bad thing. We're not saying our ego is a bad thing. It is what it is. It's the different parts of our personality. And you see, when we come into this world, we're born into this world with real purity. My dear, when you were a baby, you worried about nothing. You see, you just existed. You just breathed in and out, and you were in that pure state. But we get trained out of that, you see. And so we begin to adopt all these different ways of surviving. And we take on different layers, egoic layers and personality traits in order to make it, in order to thrive, in order to receive love, affirmation, the things that we need for our soul. But to be more directly answering your question here, remember that there is a part of you that exists no matter what is going on between your two ears in your head or in your environment. There is a part of you that is always at peace. There is a part of you that is always in bliss, that is always at rest. And when sadness comes and says, oh, you've lost it, you see, that's not true. That's not a truth. Because this God part of you can never be harmed or touched. And the proof of it is this: if you were to die tonight, God forbid, you would wake up in bliss, in ecstasy, in peace. Be just your divine self. So there are things, my dear, that come and go in your environment. that will affect these different states, and that is fine. Try not to buy into the lie that, oh, I've lost it, because that is not true. You will come back to it. So instead, we would say, think of this. How amazing is it that you created a day for yourself today in which you felt so much peace and so much joy and so much alignment? How wonderful is that? And perhaps it even lasted a few hours. And guess what? The next time it might last a little bit longer. And the next time a little bit longer than that. And the next time a little bit longer. Because you see, what you are doing is you are rewriting who you are. You are shedding egoic parts that aren't serving you, just like a snake sheds its skin. And you are being more and more of who you really are. And you are able to stay in that state longer and longer each time that you come back into that state. And so rejoice about that. You see, rejoice about that. And this vessel has had a headache today. Well, you know what? So what? Maybe she did something to attract it. Maybe someone in her environment, or some other concern, or maybe she's burden bearing for someone else who's having some, you know what? It does not matter. It does not matter, because her essence of who she is perfect. And the headache is here, and the headache will go. It's only come to go. And one thing is for sure, whatever difficulty you've had will not remain. It will pass. And you will come back to your state of bliss, and it will be higher the next time, and it will be better the next time. And you will learn more wisdom, extract more wisdom from your time in that state the next time. And when your mind tells you, oh, you lost it, or you did something, you messed up, tell it to buzz off.